All right, so you're prepping for a gate guard interview. We've got you covered. We're diving deep into RoleCatcher, this free platform that is just packed with career guides and even cooler, specific gate guard interview guides. Think of it as a cheat sheet for success, right?
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is how RoleCatcher doesn't just tell you what to say. It helps you tailor your answers to each specific job using AI.
Exactly. Today we're going to break down the gate guard role, tackle some common interview questions with RoleCatcher's expert advice, and see how their AI can give you a serious edge. First things first, what does a gate guard actually do? It's more than just standing by a gate, right?
Right. The career guide defines it as controlling access to buildings or properties to prevent unauthorized entry. But it's really about being that first line of defense. You're observing, assessing, and reacting to situations to keep people and property safe.
So you're checking IDs, monitoring security systems,
Yeah.
patrolling the premises. And get this, the career guide mentions you might even have to investigate suspicious activity and write detailed reports. Talk about responsibility.
Exactly. And don't forget, this often involves working nights, weekends, and holidays. It's not your typical 9 to 5, but it offers a lot of job security with a projected growth rate of 5% over the next decade.
That's huge. Okay, so you're dedicated, you've got the skills,
Yeah.
but how do you nail that interview? Let's dive into RoleCatcher's interview guide. First question, how would you handle a suspicious vehicle attempting to enter the gate?
They're testing your ability to stay calm under pressure and follow security protocols. They want to know you can assess a threat and react quickly but safely.
RoleCatcher suggests saying, I would approach the vehicle cautiously and request the driver's identification and purpose for entering. If I have any suspicions, I would ask them to remain in the vehicle while I contact my supervisor. It sounds good, but how can RoleCatcher's AI help me personalize this?
Okay, let's say the job description mentions using license plate readers. RoleCatcher's AI might suggest adding, I would also verify the vehicle's license plate against our database to ensure it's authorized. So you're showing you understand their specific procedures.
That's brilliant. Okay, follow-up question. What if the driver refuses to show ID or becomes aggressive?
Ooh, that's where those de-escalation skills come in. You reiterate the entry policy, maintain a safe distance, and if necessary, contact security or law enforcement for backup. Documented everything is crucial too.
Makes sense. All right, next question. How do you handle disgruntled visitors who are denied entry?
This is all about your people skills. You need to be firm but empathetic. Explain the reason for denial clearly. And if they're still upset, offer alternative solutions like contacting the person they're visiting.
RoleCatcher sample response says, I would maintain a calm demeanor and explain that they need proper authorization or an appointment. If they persist, I'd offer to contact the person they're trying to see. What if the visitor tries to sneak in behind someone else? We call that tailgating, right?
Exactly. Tailgating is a major security risk. You need to be observant and proactive. Politely but firmly instruct the unauthorized person to step back and remind the authorized person of their responsibility to prevent tailgating.
So you're not just guarding the gate, you're managing the whole situation. Okay, question 3. How do you ensure the safety and security of the premises during your shift?
This is your chance to showcase your knowledge of security protocols. Mention things like controlling access points, monitoring surveillance systems, conducting regular patrols, and being vigilant for anything unusual.
RoleCatcher's sample answer includes all of that, saying, I would follow established protocols, control access, monitor systems, conduct patrols, and stay vigilant for suspicious activities. It's thorough, but a bit general. How could I tailor this to a specific job?
Let's say the job description emphasizes fire safety. RoleCatcher's AI might suggest adding, I would also regularly inspect fire extinguishers and be familiar with evacuation procedures. See how that highlights a specific skill relevant to their needs.
Okay, that makes sense. What if you notice a potential security risk during your patrol, but it's not an immediate emergency, like a door propped open or a light out? What then?
You assess the situation, document it thoroughly, and report it to the appropriate personnel. You're not overreacting, but you're also not ignoring a potential problem. It's all about that balance.
All right, next question. How do you handle a situation where an unauthorized person tries to enter the premises?
Again, it's about following protocol, but also being adaptable. You firmly but politely deny them entry, explain the rules, and if they escalate, you call for backup. But how you handle it will depend on the specific situation.
The interview guide suggests saying, I would deny them access, explain they need authorization, and contact security if they become insistent. Let's say the job description mentions dealing with contractors. How could I tailor my response using RoleCatcher?
RoleCatcher's AI might recommend adding something like, though, I would also verify the contractor's credentials against our approved vendor list and ensure they have the proper permits. You're showing you understand their specific challenges.
Okay, so it's all about demonstrating you can think on your feet. And D, follow procedures. What if this unauthorized person is really persistent, even aggressive? What's the line between being assertive and escalating the situation?
That's a tough one. You always want to prioritize safety. If someone is becoming a threat, you need to remove yourself from the situation and call for backup. Don't put yourself in danger.
Good point. Okay, question 5. How do you handle a situation where a visitor is causing a disturbance or breaking the rules?
This is testing your conflict resolution skills. Can you stay calm, enforce the rules, and de-escalate the situation? They want to see if you can handle challenging interpersonal dynamics.
The interview guide says, I would attempt to calm them down, remind them of the rules, and ask them to leave. If they refuse, I would contact security. What are some follow-up questions I could get based on this?
They might ask how you would handle a specific type of disturbance, like someone being loud or disruptive, or someone refusing to wear a mask if it's company policy.
All right, so I need to be prepared to give examples of how I'd apply those de-escalation skills in different scenarios. Okay, moving on to question 6. But you'll have to wait for part 2 to hear what that is. See you in a flash.
Welcome back. So left off with a bit of a cliffhanger, question number 6.
Right. It's all about documentation. How do you ensure proper documentation and record keeping during your shift?
This might seem less exciting than handling security breaches, but trust me, accurate documentation is crucial. It protects you, the company, and the people you're guarding.
The interview guide says, I would maintain a detailed logbook recording all entries, exits, incidents, and observations using clear language, timestamps, and specific details. But how does this play out in real life? What if a visitor refuses to give their ID?
You document it objectively. Stick to the facts, date, time, description of the visitor, reason for denial, their statements, and your actions. No opinions, just like a security camera recording.
Got it. Okay, question 7 takes us into emergency mode. How do you handle a situation where there's a security breach or emergency on the premises?
Ooh, this is where they want to see if you can stay calm and lead under pressure. You need to know those emergency protocols like the back of your hand.
The sample answer is I would assess the situation. Follow protocols, contact emergency services, initiate evacuation if needed, and prioritize everyone's safety. What if the emergency is a fire? But the gate system malfunctions, trapping people inside.
You adapt. Call emergency services immediately, providing precise details. Then check for manual overrides or alternate exits, while reassuring those trapped and directing them to safe zones.
Wow, you need to think fast. Okay, shifting gears to interpersonal conflict. Question 8 is, how do you handle a situation where there is a conflict or disagreement between visitors or employees?
This is about being a mediator, not a judge. You listen to both sides, remain neutral, and encourage a peaceful resolution.
The interview guide suggests saying, I would approach calmly, listen to each perspective, attempt to de-escalate, and encourage resolution. If it escalates, I'd contact security or management. What if it's 2 employees arguing loudly near the gate, blocking traffic?
You need to be visible and assertive. Politely ask them to move, explaining they're causing a disruption and safety hazard if they refuse. Document the incident and call for backup.
Okay, question 9 tackles a sensitive topic. How do you ensure the confidentiality and privacy of visitors and employees during your shift?
This is huge. You're handling sensitive information, names, addresses, maybe even security codes. Confidentiality is about respecting people's privacy and maintaining trust.
The sample answer is, I would treat all information discreetly, never sharing it with unauthorized individuals, and storing all records securely. But what if a visitor asks for an employee's contact info, claiming it's urgent?
You stick to your guns. Explain you're not authorized to give out personal information. Offer to take a message, or direct them to general company contact info.
Okay, final question, and this one's a bit more technical. How do you handle a situation where there is a technical issue or malfunction with the gate system? Why is this important?
They want to see if you can problem solve and handle unexpected situations. Technology isn't perfect, and you need to be resourceful.
The interview guide recommends saying, I would try to identify the issue, resolve it if it's simple, and report it if not. While controlling access manually, let's say the gate gets stuck open. How do you secure the premises while waiting for tech support?
Think on your feet. Immediately notify security or management, and then improvise. Maybe set up a temporary checkpoint, checking IDs and inspecting vehicles until the gate is fixed.
That's impressive. You've got to be adaptable in this role. But before we move on to how RoleCatcher's AI can help you really shine in your interview, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Part 3 is coming right up. Okay, so we're back and ready to unlock the power of RoleCatcher's AI. I'm really excited about this.
Me too. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so break it down for me. Let's say I found that perfect gate guard position. I upload the job description to RoleCatcher. Then what?
Well, then RoleCatcher's AI gets to work analyzing that description. It's picking out those key skills and responsibilities, even the tone and language the employer uses, and gives you feedback tailored to that specific job.
So it's like having a personal interview coach. Who knows exactly what this employer is looking for?
Precisely. Remember that question about handling a suspicious vehicle? Well, if the job description mentions access control procedures, RoleCatcher's AI might suggest you add, I would immediately implement our access control procedures, which include verifying the driver's ID and vehicle registration against our database.
Wow, so you're not just giving a good answer. You're showing you understand their specific ways of doing things.
Exactly. And it's not just about the words you use. RoleCatcher also has AI-powered video practice. You can record yourself answering those questions and get feedback on your delivery, tone, even your body language.
That's incredible. I always get nervous in interviews.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just know I'm not coming across as confident as I feel.
Well, that's where this tool is so helpful. It's like having a personal coach helping you refine those nonverbal cues. That can really make a big difference.
So RoleCatcher is like a one-stop shop for interview prep. But what about after the interview? What if I want to learn about career growth in the security field?
RoleCatcher has a tool for that too. It's called the Career Compass, and it can help you map out potential career paths, showing advancement opportunities, relevant certifications, even related jobs that might be a good fit for you.
So it's not just about landing this one job, it's about planning your entire future in security. That's amazing. Well, any final thoughts for our aspiring gate guards out there?
Remember, being a successful gate guard, it's about more than just following the rules. It's about being observant, thinking critically, communicating effectively, and always putting safety first.
Absolutely. And don't forget to check out RoleCatcher. It's free, it's packed with resources, and it might just be the key to unlocking your dream career in security. As you step into this exciting field, here's a final thought to consider. How can you, as a gate guard, go beyond simply reacting to situations and become a proactive force for safety and security? Best of luck on your journey, and we're confident you'll excel.